I'm no writer under normal circumstances, but now, what can I tell the families? What am I going to say?
Hey, it's okay. Maybe I can help. I've never written eulogies, but I've written some speeches. It's okay. Now, how many were there?
8. 8 men. I lost 8 men.
So, 8 eulogies. Well, we'll just take it a step at a time. We'll do what we can. You say one of the services next week?
Yeah, Thursday.
So we'll do that one first.
You see, the department has almost 350 men unaccounted for. It's been 12 days, but they haven't found any bodies. Some of the families, they're still waiting. They say they're going to find them alive in some air pocket or something. But the other families, they say no. They're gone. They want to go ahead and have the service, but they don't have bodies. So some of the families are putting a picture up where the coffin is supposed to go, and we'll just do the eulogies up there with the photograph. But the thing is, we're talking about 350 men. You've got to understand, over a bad year, we might lose maybe 6. This was in one day, 1 hour. So, that means 350 services. But if they keep digging and find some bodies, the families might want funerals to bury them. And if every guy had a service and a funeral, that would be 700. We'll be doing this for a year. I hope they don't all want funerals, too.
So which services have they scheduled so far?
Got the list here. Bill Doherty, he's first. That's Thursday. Then there's Jimmy Hughes, he's the next week. After that, there's Patrick O'Neill. It's a hard one. My best friend. What a fine man. His wife wants to do his on his birthday, and the next day is Barney Kepler.
Did you talk to the priest? Do you know how long it has to be?
Not too long, 4 minutes, 5 max. Not even that long. There'll be other people talking too, but the families want me to say something. I'm the captain. What can I say to them? How can I explain it?
It's okay. I mean...
She reaches a hand toward his shoulder, but awkwardly withdraws it. He doesn't see. She fetches a box of paper tissues, puts them unobtrusively on the table when he sits down. He takes one and grips it tightly in his hand.
Human beings have been given eulogies for thousands of years. You're doing this for families. You'll comfort them. It's for them. They won't be about what happened that day. Talk about who they were and make it about them. That's what you can give the families.
I keep hearing all these speeches from the politicians on TV. The pictures in the papers. Hero this, hero that. I don't even recognize them.
So that's why it's good you're doing this. You can give their families and friends something they can recognize. You can do that. So, tell me about Bill.
Bill. Yeah, Bill. Well, see, that's the problem. There's just not much to say. This hero stuff, like there were some guys in the movie, but Bill, he wasn't like that. He was just an ordinary guy. A schmo. If Bill walked into a room, nobody would even notice. You can't say that in English.
Hey, it's okay. Don't worry. We'll do this. I mean, people who are ordinary in an extraordinary situation. That's what this is all about. Now back up a little bit. Tell me about him. What did he look like? When you think of him, what comes to your mind?
Well, he looked like a plumber. Not a big guy, reddish hair, mid-40s, but he was the senior man. All the junior men relied on him. They had their eyes on him to know what to do. My man, he called them.
When you close your eyes, where do you see him? What's he doing?
In the kitchen.
The kitchen?
The guys spend a lot of time in the kitchen between runs. There's a lot of downtime. Bill's there saying, I'm looking out for my men. My men need this. Yeah, Bill spent a lot of time talking in the kitchen. He was real good with the younger guys. He was always talking to them and pointing things out to them.
Yeah.
See, someone like Bill, he's real senior. He's been there 16 years. There's always new guys coming through, and sometimes they can be a pain in the ass for the older guys. They're a little nervous, and they don't know where things are. A guy like Bill could have blown them off. He was always looking out for them. Here's the gear. Here's the tools. Here's how you handle it. No, not like that, like this.
Was he a family man, religious?
Bill was quiet. Never talked about himself. Half the company didn't even know he was married. I know he went to Mass, but he never made a show of it. He was proud of being Irish. You know, I think that's why he was a fireman. It's thick in the Irish blood. He loved New York, all its nooks and crannies. You know, these guys see the city from the outside and the inside, underground and in all the hidden places. Bill wanted to know the history of everything. I remember him telling me, Nick, just got this great book, A Walking Tour of Flatbush Avenue.
Flatbush Avenue.
You want to have a guy like that around, especially downtown with all these crazy streets. Nowadays, you get a computerized map when you get a call, but someone will still give you bad information and directions, or a building name with no address, or no entrance on that side of the street.
I never thought of that.
On that day, I still don't know what happened. I can't find anyone who saw the company. I got off the apparatus. The officer told the driver we were going to Tower 1. They're running down West Street in full gear. About the time the second plane hit. Maybe they peeled off and went to Tower 2, but we don't know where to look for them.
Well, what else did Bill love? Any sports? Music? You said he hung out in the kitchen. Did he cook?
Bill wasn't exactly a cook. The guys take turns making meals for everybody. Sometimes it's okay, but it can get pretty bad. I call their cooking valiant attempts and dismal failures.
Yeah?
Every guy has a specialty, and they usually cook it every time it's their turn. We're talking undercooked chicken and nasty rice-a-roni. Bill would sit there and try it and come up with some real zingers.
So he was more of a critic.
Yeah, he was the firehouse food critic. And he could zap and look good. But not me. Never.
Yeah, this is good. This works. Because you know, Nick, you want to give people someone they recognize, not just a plastered saint. This is good. Wait a minute.
I'm really sorry. I'm not giving you anything to work with here. I shouldn't be doing this to you.
No, just wait. Here, try this. Start here, and then it jumps to there. And if you could just read it out loud, so I can hear it.
I'm Nick Flanagan, captain of Ladder Company 60. I've worked with Bill Doherty for a long time. I want to give my condolences to all of Bill's family here with us today. Okay? We've been hearing a lot about heroes, and Bill was one of them. He gave his life for others, and that is a noble thing. But Bill was a quiet hero. Never one to show off, never bluster. He was a firefighter for 16 years, and he was a good one. He had the most important quality for a firefighter. He was absolutely dependable. That's right, dependable. Over time, we realized how important he was for the newer guys at the firehouse. Sometimes it can be hard for the experienced men to show the young ones the drills year after year. But Bill was always looking out for the new guys, showing them the ropes. And he did it in that quiet way of his. Never made them feel small. My men, he called them. My men. Yeah, you got it. You got it, that's it.
They're your words. I just put them in order.
No, you got the craft. You know how to put it. He was like an older brother to them, looking out for them. They appreciated it, and I appreciated it. You gotta have guys like Bill to build a strong team. They may not say much, but they hold things together. If Bill hadn't been a fireman, he could have been a food critic. Bill used to spend a lot of time in the kitchen talking to the guys and evaluating the cuisine. When Bill tried out a questionable dish, he could come up with some real zingers. The restaurants of New York are lucky he went into another line of work. Yeah, guys are like that. What did Bill love? He loved his family. And he loved this city. On September 11th, he was the senior man. The younger men looked to someone who was steady and professional to show the way. We know that Bill and the other firefighters of New York saved thousands of lives that day. That means that there are thousands of people and their family members who are able to go on because of them. We can only thank them and ask for God's kindest blessing on those they have left behind.
So, it works?
You got it. I can do this. I'll have this in front of me when I get up there. Something to give them. You okay?
Are you okay? That was what we all kept asking each other the rest of September. What was the answer? Pebbles dropped in the water. The point of entry is you, yourself. Were you present at Ground Zero and wounded, suffocated, or covered in white ash? No? I guess you're okay. The first ring around the pebble. Is your family okay? Did you lose someone in the towers or on the plains? The next ripple. Friends. Are your people okay? Next ripple. If someone died in the tower that you had dinner with once and thought was a really nice person, are you okay?
Thanks to our student actors, Megan and Ethan, for that excellent reading. Thanks to our wonderful singers who prepared on such short notice. To Mr. Liam Mulligan, their director, and to all who had a hand in planning this week's events, especially Veronica Boland, Lydia Gray, Lois Hart, and Patricia Doherty, for tireless work in planning this event for the entire We Remember series. And thanks especially to you, Mr. Giuliani, for being here today to share in this event with the Manhattan College community. It truly is an honor to have you here to hear your words of wisdom, consolation, and most importantly, of encouragement. I now call forward Mr. Joshua Fink and Mr. Jorge Wale, current Manhattan students who are also veterans of our armed services. Mr. Fink, member of the class of 2013, served 2 tours in Iraq as a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. Mr. Valle, class of 2014, served aboard the USS Ronald Reagan as an airman in the United States Navy. Mr. Fink and Mr. Valle will read the names of the members of the Manhattan College community who lost their lives in the attacks of September 11, 2001.
Robert Baker.
Michael Carroll. Joseph Coppola. Michael W. Kevin Brawley. Richard Abel. John Gallagher. Salvatore Giro. Joseph Holland. Lieutenant Joseph Levy.
Michael J. Lyons.
Brian P. McGee.
Robert McCarthy.
Richard Morgan.
Dennis Maroney.
Timothy O'Sullivan.
James Quinn.
Robert Regan.
Antonio A.